What's up, guys? My name is Kidd Santhe, anak laki Shah Rukh Khan. I am a 28-year-old rapper, producer, singer, songwriter, composer. First dropped my globally hit song Hatapo, which was back in 2018. And for me, the number one thing was, am I really sure I'm going to make it? And even when I do, how long will I be at the top? But that's how delusional I was. I believed I was going to make it until I actually did.
Trading fundamentals, technicals, that's honestly anyone can do. What I realized that I had to learn that took years was emotion. 50k already, 100k already. I was like, wow. I didn't expect it. The older generation want to do, but they don't know. So that is where I'm introducing the Crypto Essentials course. You have all the knowledge you need to invest, to understand, and to cash out from the crypto market by next year. You guys already know, so right. First student of my community is already here. So it's
that's me.
Mr. Kidd Santhe right here. You can resonate with what we're doing. You can resonate with what we're trying to achieve. We're all trying to achieve the same thing, freedom. We're trying to achieve success. We're trying to achieve something in our lives. And for that, that's what this podcast is for. Welcome to the DollarMakers Club. My name is Roshan and we have our very first and special guest, Kidd Santhe, with us. Stay tuned because we have a lot in store for you. Kidd Santhe, I'm sure a lot of people have known about you, but I'm sure a lot of people want to know who you are. So please give an introduction first.
What's up, guys? My name is Kidd Santhe, anak laki Shah Rukh Khan. I am a 28-year-old rapper, producer, singer, songwriter, composer. I have done quite a lot of things in my life. I feel like I've gone on a lot of side quests before. Such like I've done crypto, I've done blockchain as well. I am also currently lecturing in Cats College. I'm teaching diploma in audio production. So there's quite a few things that I've been up to as of late. My life has been pretty hectic. I got married, right? I got married to a very, very, very beautiful organic chemist. She's a very sweet, homely girl, and she's brought a lot of love into my life. And yeah, I'm at a very different space comparatively to when I first dropped my globally hit song Hatapo, which was back in 2018. Yeah, so it's really been a crazy ride. And yeah, man, how are you? Like, what have you been up to?
So, if you guys don't know me yet, my name is Roshan. I started a content creation page called Everything Dollar Making during the MCO period in Malaysia. Now, the initial idea on why I started it was because I saw a lot of people around me losing their jobs, a lot of people losing their incomes. And I realized that, what if there was a way that we can make money online? Is it just a hoax or is it actually real? So aside from trading, that's why I started to venture more into what are the options I have. And that was when I found out crypto. Because it was right at the time when the bull run was just starting. And I was hearing these words like, bull run. I was hearing these words of like, oh, everything's going to go up and like Bitcoin's going to go so high. And I didn't understand it. I was like, why? Why now? Why not last year? Why not the year before?
Right.
And that was when I started to slowly get into content creation itself. Because I was like, wow, if there's an opportunity for everyone at home to not just have to worry about losing their job or like where's the source of income at home, what if there's something else that they can do to get, a small source of income to sustain at least? So that is how I started making videos, and yeah, Everything Dollar Making was born through that.
Wow, quite literally everything to do with dollar making. Huh?
Everything. It started off with like not even crypto. It was more towards like websites that paid you money for like different reviews. It was different small business ideas you could do. But at the end of the day, when I kind of compared which gave me the most return in that year, it couldn't be crypto.
Right. Yeah.
So that was what started mine. I want to know initially, when you started music, right? What was your passion? Like, your passion was music, but I'm sure there's a deeper passion towards it. Why did you want to share it with the world? Why did you start?
Man, I first started off beatboxing, dude. I started off beatboxing when I was like 10 years old, and I thought I was gonna become like the best beatboxer in the world. I thought like that's it. Like I'm gonna make it, and my family is gonna live like so well, and I'm gonna take care of everybody just through beatboxing. But of course, there's so much of talented people out there, and I realized that very much so the hard way when I started going for competitions, beatboxing competitions. So before I started attending like these competitions and trying to like get like a placement, like third place or second place, right? I would just perform for like IU days, perform for like I don't know, dekat pentas perhimpunan sekolah kita, right? So yeah, and I went into competitions, and that's where I met like a lot of these beatboxers. I met Sean Lee as well. That's where I first met Sean Lee, and he was like the best beatboxer. And that's where I realized like, all right, I've kind of got a thing with music, and that like came early on. And when I was about 10 years old, that was when like 50 Cent was really, really hot. He came up with the album Get Rich or Die Trying. That's where the story about like how he got shot 9 times, all of that, and like he created his own group G Unit. So we were all very influenced with that side of music. You gotta understand, like that point 50 Cent was like the biggest thing, and then locally it was Rabbit Mac. Rabbit Mac came up with I think his album called Carrots, if I'm not mistaken, and that was it. Like that's where I really started falling in love with music. My very very my deep influence came from Elvis Presley, Michael Jackson, Michael Bublé, Kenny Rogers, and like, yeah, I know it's not like the rap stuff. And then I started going into AC/DC, Metallica, Bring Me to Horizon, Green Day, All American Idiots,
All American Rejects.
Rejects, right?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry for calling them idiots, right? And then there was hip hop, and then I started dabbling into Kid Cudi and Kanye West, and yeah, so I've got a very huge influence into music from a lot of different genres at the very very young age. My first album, right, was actually Elvis Presley's 30 Greatest Hits, and that's all I used to listen to all day long. Like even in college, I still listen to like because in college I used to drive like a Toyota Rush, so I had like the Elvis Presley CD. Used to put it into the CD player and just like drive from where I used to stay in Super Darling all the way up to Inti College. Wow. Back then, yeah, I used to study Inti College, but I dropped out because there's so much of like I knew where my heart was. My heart was really into audio production. I really wanted to produce. That was when I was 19 onwards. So I took a risk. I dropped out of college because Inti, I didn't really enjoy the experience studying there. Not that there was anything wrong with the lecturers, but my heart wasn't really in the right place. And at that point of time, there wasn't a really, really solid audio course where my Punjabi mother and my Tamil father would say, yes, okay, son, I believe you can do this and have a safety net. So that was not something that was even viable. So I told my parents, I made a deal with my parents, a business deal, by the way, because my dad is a businessman, very, very, very strict one, as a matter of fact. So I told him, like, if you give me 1 year and I at least make like 1 ringgit from this music thing, which of course at that point of time, nobody believed that it was even possible. Because the truth of the matter is, I am an Indian kid, and I'm here trying to rap in either English or Bahasa Malaysia. So at that point of time, nobody really has done it. Right, like not in Malaysia at the very least, right? There might be a few unsung heroes out there, but at that point of time when my dad was asking me, who is it that you're gonna be like? Who is it that is successful that looks like you, right? And then he pointed to the TV. He said, "You show me now." And I played like Joe Flizzo's music. I played like Sona, and I played like Altimet's music. I played Yonnyboii, but then my dad was like, you can't even speak Tamil. So like, what are you trying to do? And of course, these are all very valid questions. At the end of the day, where my parents were coming from, they just wanted to make sure that I was okay later on in the years. And trust me, I'm very much okay lah, right? And yeah, so it was a very hard decision. I told my dad, just give me 1 year. Let me try to make at least some money. I released Litnia. In that particular year, I released my first song, Litnia, with the music video and everything. I was not signed to a label. I did not have any financial backing. It was just me and the boys trying to make music, and that was the one that like changed my life, because that hit like I think 200,000 views within the first month, and it's a fresh YouTube account. It was a fresh YouTube account, like 0 subscribers. And yeah, then I landed my first show. I got paid like $700. It was in Atiba. The show, it was called Hoax Vision 005. Wow, it's so long ago. I still remember. It's very close to my heart. And I got paid $700, and that was the first show. And that was the show that allowed me to still do what I do today. that particular show, just because I believed in myself so much, and I was so delusional, bro. You know, I think even when it comes to like trading or crypto, you kind of have to have a little bit of delusion. As much as you have your candle charts, you've got your resistance and all of that. You've got so many indicators. For me, in terms of music, my only indicator was belief, and I believe that belief is a very strong word. So yeah, that's how the whole thing even came about. And then some years later, came up with Hard Tepuk, over 100 million views, and then Mantap Choi just hit 1 million views about 2 weeks ago.
Congratulations!
Yeah, thank you so much. So it's been a hell of a ride. It's that's what life is all about. It's never really a straight journey. It's just so much of ups and downs, man, and that's what makes it a hell of a ride.
As a matter of fact, the first song I have ever heard of you was Litnia.
Litnia.
Yeah, it was like, I remember playing it on like Hits FM. It was playing, and then I was like, whoa, what's this? Like local charts. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, when I saw your song, I was like, dude, this guy is not even that much older than me. I mean, I was young lah. You were probably...
I was probably like 19 at that time.
Yeah, 19. So I remember showing my mom to you. I was like, hey, see, this like a new Indian guy rapping in Malaysia. And then rapping Malay. I was like, oh. And who would have thought many years down the road, I actually get to meet you.
Yeah.
It's
We're
a
friends.
funny circle. So, okay, that was honestly really great. I feel like everyone, in a sense, doesn't realize that we are scared to take the step of faith, in a sense, because we are so conditioned by, okay, if you do this, you're safe. If you do this, you're safe. You get a job, you secure your savings. That is the way that our parents have been teaching us, and that's the way the generation before this was.
Right, yeah.
But I feel like realizing that nowadays, taking that step forward, that leap of faith, if you truly, truly believe in it, you die, no matter what happens, you stick on that course, I'm really sure you will get there.
I think the most important thing about doing something that nobody's ever done is just really believing yourself, regardless of what anybody says. Like, some people want to start a business, some people want to start a fashion brand, some people want to like open up a podcast in KL where they can rant every hour, and you know, and there's so many things that people want to say about it. That's so, when you present the idea to your family members or you present the idea to your friends and they say like, tapi apa you akan buat kalau benda ni jadi? Macam mana kalau bulan depan tak ada gaji? Macam mana kalau, you know, so and you've got to kind of like mentally fend through all of these thoughts. It's not that everybody is out to get you. That's not the case. It's just that everybody has their list of concerns. It's just how you process the information. And for me, the number one thing was, am I really sure I'm going to make it? And even when I do, how long will I be at the top? Or how long is it that I'll be able to generate enough of income for me to keep myself like afloat? You know, is these things. And I believe that your environment plays a very important role, your values, your moralities as a person, because the music industry can be a very, very dog-eat-shark world. Not even a dog-eat-dog. Dog-eat-shark. Like there's always somebody bigger out there. And yeah, so you basically got to really know about your self-worth. You really got to know about your unbeatable determination. Like when I was in Inti College and I was studying there, right, while I was still there, I on the way back and on the way to college and even at college, all I did was just produce. And I had like a MacBook, like 13-inch that I actually kind of like scammed my dad out of, because I told my dad I really needed it for like mechanical engineering. I told my dad I really need this laptop. Without this laptop, I cannot do my course. Then he's like, but we can only get the cheapest one. And I was a bit of a, how do I say, you can just bleep the word. I was a bit of an asshole for doing that to my dad, but I really believed in what I was gonna do. And the previous laptop that I had was like 1,000 ringgit, like HP laptop that just didn't cut it. I couldn't even put more than like 4 tracks. Like I will put the drums, the hi-hats, the snare, and then like when I start to record my vocals, that's it. And it starts to lag. And imagine the environment. I was just recording in my brother's room. I would have to open up his like cupboard full of clothes, and I have to like push the clothes in the middle and create like a little soundproof booth, put the microphone, and that's how I would record. Right? And all I ever did was produce. All I ever did was record. All I ever did was songwrite. And I did that for about 4 to 5 years, and I sucked so badly at it. I was the worst producer in the world. I made the worst songs in the world, like really, really bad. Like Milo 3 in 1, like campur dengan Asam Boy. Like it's just a horrible combination. Like the kicks and the snares and the mixing was everywhere. The songwriting was like, it's alright. You can kind of tell what it was gonna be, but there was so many things wrong with it. But I put in enough of hours into what I wanted to do, and I was really focused into it until one day I actually got really good at it. And the day that I really got good at it was the day I made Litnia. That was the point where I was like, oh yeah, I kind of have something figured out. And it was not that I just magically made Litnia. It was that behind closed doors, there was 10,000 over hours that was put into this. I would stop at traffic lights and take out my laptop just to EQ a snare, which is basically I'm trying to like make a snare sound different or sound better, right? And that's at like a traffic light, which you should not do because that's not the right thing to do. You should never, I mean, using your phone at a traffic light is one thing, but I mean, mixing on your laptop is a totally different thing. But that's how delusional I was. I believed I was going to make it until I actually did. Yeah.
I feel like one thing that you would say has a key influence in, you can say, your success would be your social media presence, correct?
Yeah.
I would ask you that, how important would you say is social media presence nowadays?
If you look back, before social media even came about, there was like advertisements on TV, and then there was newspapers, and that's where we would really rely on like visual information, right? That's where we really rely on like, oh, what's the newest thing? And that's why people would advertise. Now, Michael Jackson was the most famous, is the most famous person in the entire world up until today. That's undoubtedly
a fact.
Yes, a fact. And right now with social media, you've got so much of connection. You've got so much access to people. You can talk to somebody from New York in just like 2 seconds. You can just open up, log in, and you can already connect with somebody all the way from New York, all the way up from Indonesia, all the way up from Thailand. Right? You can talk to people from all around the world. And social media has now just basically made it easier for us to connect with people. Back then, it was different forms of advertisement. Now it's digital advertisement, right? Or digital communication. And that's the era that we are in the era of the digitalization. And yeah, a lot of great things have come out of it. And of course, a lot of bad things. Of course, the
there's
repercussions.
no good without bad, like it's
yeah,
right?
Of course, there's always a yin to a yang. And I enjoy social media. I just don't really sit and browse through my phone because it's a rabbit hole. You know, when you're at home or when you're not at a traffic light, when you're at home and you're chilling and you're just on your phone and you're scrolling through TikTok, you just find yourself like 40 minutes in and like a part of your brain says like, hey, you should get off lah. Then you're like, yeah, what am I doing? This is brain rot. This is like, what is this? And you still like kind of scroll, and then like probably 2 or 3 more videos, you switch off your phone, you throw it aside, and you feel disgusted. You're like, I wasted an hour watching TikTok. You know, but TikTok is great, of course. TikTok has actually helped so much of businesses.
True.
TikTok, Instagram has helped build so much of businesses out there, has made a lot of millionaires out there. Because once again, it's the age of communication, and social media has helped me really be able to connect with my audience, share my music, share my art in a cost-free way. Yeah.
Correct. That's true. I feel it is something that has grown for education. In my idea or my sense is that nowadays the access to get information is so much more easier. Like I'm thinking, okay, if crypto was created back in, I don't know, 1950s, okay, and there's no internet, okay, sorry, internet has to be there, crypto wouldn't exist. But if there was no social media, right, or how would you learn? Like people would have to spend hours trying to figure out these things themselves. But what I've realized is that the shortcuts are all online. Every single thing that if you really want to learn and know, you can go and find out. Somebody has put in the hours that they have to actually figure out or learn something. And he is probably compiled it and is teaching you online. There's so many access. That's how I learned. That initially learning Forex. So I started trading Forex or learning about Forex back when I was around 15, 16. And it started off actually with a friend of mine introducing a book to me. It just started off with this guy, Robert Kiyosaki.
Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Rich Dad Poor Dad,
Right.
correct. So I had a friend of mine in school. He introduced the book to me, and he slowly instilled this whole new world of trading, financial world, forex, and I was completely new to this. Like the last thing before he told me of making money, my way of making money was, did you ever watch this history channel called Pawn Stars, where they let you go and
pause. What?
Pawn Stars, yeah, PAWN.
Right. Right.
It's a shop in Las Vegas.
You had me there for a second,
For a
bro.
second,
I
right?
was just like,
Caught you off guard.
wow, you really saved the juicy part for the last.
This even isn't even juicy.
So PAWNSTARS, Pawn Stars, right?
Pawn
That was
Stars.
on
History
Channel, right?
Yes.
And that was like a bunch of guys in like a pawn PAWN shop,
Yeah.
right? And they would sell or trade things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they would bust people that like, oh, this is fake, and he tried to scam me. Yeah, right. I watched that. Yeah.
So my idea since I was a child is that I somehow always had this thing where I need to make money. I need to be rich. I want to be successful. The freedom has been what I've been striving for. Because in my eyes, okay, some people will be like, oh, I want to be rich because like I want to buy a house, I want to buy a car, blah blah blah. But I feel like when I sat down and I thought about it, the real essence of it is because I want the freedom. All right, I want the freedom to do anything I want and experience everything I want. So since a young kid, I used to watch Pawn Stars, and I used to see how much of money certain people would make. Like this guy would buy a stupid junk at like the junkyard, come and sell it for $1 million, and he doesn't even know. So what I used to do was I started collecting toys and never opening them. So whatever presents like Hot Wheels, even the Astro, they had these action figures for a while through Super Sports. I never opened my action figures because my dream was that when I was going to go older, I will at least be like, 30, 40 years old.
Right.
These toys would be 30, 40 years old.
Yeah.
And if I could sell it for, some good money to them, I would be like, rich.
Did you do that?
I still have all those toys. But when I grew up, I was thinking, so saving a McDonald's Happy Meal, I'm pretty sure isn't going to make me that much of money just because it's sealed.
Maybe you never know. Look at what happened to Pokemon cards.
That's true.
Right, I'm such a huge Pokemon fan, dude. I love Pokemon so much, and I really regret my mom threw everything away. All the Pokemon cards.
Is it original?
So, every single thing was original at that point of time. Why? Because Pokemon cards were so cheap at that point.
Wow.
Like I had every single deck in the game, bro. Like I really loved Pokemon, and like I had Lugia, I had Charizard EX, I had like Mewtwo, I had everything, bro. I had Rayquaza.
Wait, Charizard, is it like the 100,000 Charizard?
Yeah, that 100% I had. I think the thing is that a lot of people actually had those cards. It's just that it's no longer around, right? If I'm not mistaken, right? If I'm wrong, just let me know in the comments, right? Thanks. But yeah, I definitely had a Charizard EX, 100%. I had all of those cards, and that's a crazy thing. I know exactly what you're talking about. Basically, memorabilia is worth so much, especially in this day and age. Like, it's Pokemon cards, then there's like baseball cards. Like Gary Vee is really into baseball cards. So yeah. This is a huge market right now. Hot Wheels. Oh my god. Hot Wheels.
Correct.
Hot Wheels in where is that? In PJ there's a mall. MCOP Mall. Right. They sell so much Hot Wheels there, and it's so expensive, bro. $50, $70, $100. Like it's crazy. Like all of these are collector's items, and people really keep it like pristine. Yeah,
Yep.
So if you are a collector, head down to MCOP Mall. I mean, if you don't already know, you're definitely living under a rock, right?
Yeah, if you're in KL and you don't know MCOP Mall, that is like a holy grail. Sometimes I go there, it's like, it's not just, I'm buying and collecting. It's, wow, these things are so cheap, and it could be worth a lot if you kind of put your time and interest into picking the right ones, Since you told me at the very start, you have delved into crypto a bit. Now, tell me your experience. So far, how has crypto been for you in Malaysia? What have you experienced so far?
Well, first and foremost, it's a very big gray area. Like they don't really know what to do with crypto right now. I mean, like I've had my friends like actually go up to LHDN and like, what do we do with the crypto that we earn? It's like nothing. Like they don't. There's no laws right now. There's no laws right now. I think people who think there are laws is just quite practically maybe rumors just circulating around. But besides that, we've got back then I joined when there was Binance. Binance was very big, and then now Binance is no longer available in Malaysia, right? And then it's I think even Hobby is not even available in Malaysia.
For now, still can, I think. Hobby, yeah.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, but a lot of it coming under fire.
I know Bybit. Bybit is something that you introduced me to. Bybit is pretty cool. But the first, I think, Malaysian platform was Luno, right? So at that point in time, I was already I invested a little bit into crypto just to see how it really works, and of course, this is money to burn.
Correct.
Very sad money to burn, but money to burn so you can learn. And then it started to then the NFT market started coming about, and that's where we had OpenSea, and then we have the Malaysian NFT platform, Pentas.io, right? And there was so much like the growth of crypto was like wildfire, bro. Like at first it was very, very slow. I remember my family members like telling me like, or somebody introduced to me what Bitcoin was, and I'm talking about this like 10 over years ago. Somebody introduced Bitcoin to me. Like, I don't know what is that. Like they wanted me to buy it for like $10, $11 per Bitcoin, like over 10 something years ago, roughly. And my friends, I had another group of friends that would like use Bitcoin for like other stuff.
Other stuff.
Yeah, those who know. But yeah, like Bitcoin was actually really circulating around my life when I was about 18 or 19 already. There was like I have heard of it, but did we really think it would be what it is today? No, of course not.
Of course not.
No way. So my experience with crypto is, how do I say, pretty basic. I love and enjoy the development that happens in technology. I love reading up the white papers behind certain projects. Of course, before you want to dive into a project, of course, this is something I've learned from your videos. Always read the white paper. Right? Always read the white paper, and always you got to really find out whether like the project is a good project, whether it's tangible, whether what is the token burning, what's the utilization, what's the adoption, and how the progress has been, whether they have actually delivered. Right? There's a lot of companies that struggle with their process because there's so many things that can go wrong. You know, and we have been in the market ourselves. There's so many things that can go wrong with crypto. Right? There's so many things can go wrong with blockchain and blockchain software. You're dependent on developers that you've met a few times, and they are in charge of building up the whole thing. And then there's the market sentiment that you have to rely on. Then you've got to also really rely on the fear and greed. Right,
index,
you've got to the fear and greed index, and you got to rely on so many different factors, and there's so many things that can go wrong in crypto, and everyone should definitely do DYOR. Just do your own research, man. And I think holding for long term is always the best decision to make, because like a lot like life, like today there could be a lot of things that could happen, and I could feel really, really bad about myself today for whatever reason that may be. But I know 5 years down the road, I'm going to be at a totally different place. I believe in holding. I believe that things will take its course. Technology will develop. We are in the age of communication, and there's no such thing as where the internet is dying. No, that's far from it. The entire world is powered by the internet and really relies on the internet. So yeah, I know crypto is here to stay, and crypto is here for a long time, bro.
All right, I have one burning question to ask you. What crypto would you say that you hold and you believe no matter what happens in 5 to 10 years, that crypto is going to be worth something for you?
Right now, I'm not holding any crypto.
Okay.
Right now, as of now, I'm not holding any crypto. The market is very volatile because Roshan DollarMakers called me and told me, "Oh, bro, the market is very volatile, bro." But you told me to get some Link, right?
Yeah.
Right. I did not get into Link because I was still like the You see, like what I said earlier, like it's really dependent on external factors. Crypto is all over the place because of what's happening in the US right now.
Yes.
And there's so many things happening in the US. There's a presidential
Elections coming up.
right, that's going on right now. There's so much of things. Biden has dropped out. Kamala Harris is there.
over.
Kamala Harris, not Kamala. Kamala Harris is there, right? This apparently Indian, apparently African American. Right, and then there's Donald Trump as well. So much of things are happening. I'm just really grateful that I watched The Boys. So now everything looks like it's like a movie. Everything just looks like a movie right now. It's all just playing out in front of us. But on a standpoint of crypto, let's see what happens. I think the market needs to stabilize for us to really see where the next maybe 3 to 4 months is going to lead us. Right now, I think it's sideways, right?
Yep.
I think Bitcoin is above 61.
Yeah, it's staggering between 60, 61, 59, around
Right?
there. Yeah.
It's around there, and
Yeah.
it's bouncing up and down. You told me to get link at I think when it was at
8.5.
8.9 actually, 8.9.
8.9,
The call was 8.9. And then like I waited for a bit and I saw it go up to 9.3. I was like, wait. Then it went down to 8.2 or 8.3.
Yeah.
Right? And then I was like, okay, wait, this is not really a time because I was afraid, of course, as per everybody.
As per everybody.
Right? The FOMO has left the building and I was afraid it was going to drop further. But yeah, so I'm not holding any crypto right now.
See, the things going on in the US, right? It kind of gave me hope in a sense. Now, I feel like when there's panic, when there's bad news, when there's all these horrible things going on, yes, it's bad.
Yeah.
But
That's when you
it's
buy.
an golden opportunity to buy. Now, why? Is because of this. So, the elections are coming up in September, correct? And given the whole situation where Trump almost got assassinated and him coming out victorious and the sentiment...
Oh, that
of
was crazy, bro. You
Yeah,
just
but
did
the-
this.
Yeah, it's.
That's
I was
insane.
like, wow, this guy really sold it. After that, I was like, this guy's gonna win. Like, maybe I had doubts. Okay, is Donald Trump gonna win or not? But after that, I'm like, wow, the whole world is like stunned with this action that he pulled off. So I'm like, okay, that's one sentiment, right? So number one, Donald Trump has been talking a lot about him supporting Bitcoin. Now, it could just be a whole political stunt where it's like pre-elections and post-elections are different, but it's still a bullish sentiment, in direction if Donald Trump were to win. But also,
Because he said something about crypto, right?
they should not let the technology of Bitcoin leave US because China is really adopting crypto, and in Trump's sense is that he doesn't want to lose to China, because if China adopts crypto way more and US gets left behind,
I love China. I love China. Give me 100 China points right now. I love China. China amazing. China good.
another thing that is a big factor right now is recession.
Yeah.
Like the US jobs data came out in July, and that was what triggered the massive sell-off that we've seen recently.
Yeah.
Because there's this law that states if the unemployment rate continues to increase for 3 months, unemployment data is lower than a certain point, we could possibly see the start of a recession. So because of that, unemployment data came out lower than expected, and the whole market panicked. The stock market crashed, the crypto market crashed, and see, that's the thing. One thing I always talk about is market sentiment, because you can predict the technicals, you can predict the fundamentals, but you can never really predict sentiment. Because even though the recession is not here yet, the data is not doing anything negative, but because the data is showing we possibly can go into a recession, the effects are so strong. Like within a weekend, Bitcoin came down 20%, 15-20%, Ethereum down 20%. And everyone's like, wow. When I looked at the chart, right, anyone that purchased certain crypto altcoins or even Bitcoin, you could say, from the start of this year were near breaking even or in a slight loss. So all the profits that they made this whole year was wiped out just in that market sentiment crash. Now, the markets are extremely volatile because I feel what happened during the MCO period, the pandemic period, has not weaned off yet. Now, we survived.
Why do you say that?
Why I would say that is because the whole reason right now that the US is having this issue where federal interest rates are still so high is because the interest rates have not been cut since the pandemic. Inflation is at its all-time high. Everything is so expensive. And that is where we've been waiting. You can say the crypto community has been waiting for an interest rate cut for a very long time. Because the economical idea is that when interest rates get cut, people will not feel the interest into investing in the bank anymore, and risky assets become more, you can say, appreciated. So that could be a catalyst to trigger the bull run. But it's been delayed for so long that the delay is what caused a possible recession. Now, if the federal interest rate actually got cut way earlier this year, or maybe already got cut, we possibly won't be seeing this because it will stabilize, and that is what it was needed to happen. Interest rates needed to be cut. It was too high for too long. And a lot of countries started already cutting the interest rates down. Another thing that triggered the sell-off was that if not mistaken, it was either Japan or Korea, I might be wrong about this, but either one of those two countries, their interest rates were very, very low. Okay? And because of that, a lot of people were starting to borrow money from them and invest it into the US.
Right. Yes, I read about that. I remember.
Because the interest rates here were low. Interest rates here were high. You're just getting the difference in interest rate. But what happened was
Japan was insane.
Japan, they just increased the interest rates overnight, and then everyone panicked because they're like, "Shit, are we going to earn enough now to cover up our losses because we're paying more interest?" So that was a huge sell-off again. Now I feel like if you look at 2024 as a whole, when I looked at the previous bull market, that means 2020 bull market, right? 2021 bull market. So I started in 2020. The market, you can say, more or less is a pattern. Because I feel like when I invest in the crypto market, aside from fundamentals, aside from technicals, it's about identifying patterns. So when you look at a graph or when you look at an economical situation, you can identify certain trends that have happened in the past that could happen again. So that is why when I look at the market, it was the same thing. To be honest with you, back in 2020, you should hear the number of news coming out that was saying crypto was bad was almost every week.
But at the same time, it's a cycle, right?
It's a cycle, correct?
It's a cycle, yeah.
I feel like right now, why is the golden time now is because this is the time where all the bad news is going to come. We are going to get a bunch of bad news that's probably going to sell.
Basically sell. Sell. Like right now, I am just waiting for that bottom.
Exactly.
Right? And the issue is that we don't know where the bottom might be. We can only rely on resistance. Exactly where the floor is, right? Let's see how it works out. Of course, you've got to pay attention to the news to really know when is the best time to like buy in. But what you're doing is, as a very intelligent strategist, you're just averaging in.
Yes, dollar cost averaging in.
Yes. Yeah, I know that.
Because
you taught me that.
Every single time a crash happens, right? Like you said, you never really know the bottom. Because we could be wrong. Tomorrow, Bitcoin might go 100,000. That's how uncertain the crypto market is.
Of course it is.
So because of that, the best thing you could do is try to find crisis. Crisis and panic are the best times to buy. Sometimes when you buy, the worst thing for my heart, right, to see is when I buy, you go down. Some more, Then I'll buy some more. I'm like, okay, never mind. That's it. Boom. Then it'll just dip. But it'll hurt your heart looking at it. But within 2 days, you're instantly back up.
Yeah.
Like during the crisis that we just had, when I told you, right, I actually bought this meme coin. Okay? So I bought this meme coin. It was called DGen. So it's DGen on base. Okay?
Right.
And it was maybe about 20-30 million dollars market cap. Okay, so I, of course, being the conventional trade investor I am, only chose one meme coin. Because meme coins, initially for me, they're not a big thing. I really rely on coins with utility, you can say. Because coins with utility, they never go away. It's not just some random project relying on like fate. But they are actually providing value to the market. But in recent times, I have actually been proven wrong. Because according to data, this past 1-2 years, the sector that's earned the most amount of profit is the meme coin sector. Like last time, meme coins were way more fake. It was way more dodgy, sketchy, correct?
Right.
Now, NFTs have moved into meme coins. Now, when I say that, what I mean is that people bought NFTs last time to be part of a culture, part of a community. Like, you look, this kind of people, they all have this kind of NFTs. They are these kind of people. If you buy, you can be one of them. That's what they give. But NFTs had a problem. A problem was that the price of the NFT depended on the cheapest NFT that's being sold. Meaning, how much was someone willing to sell? The lowest price, that was the floor. And sometimes it was too hard to get in. Sometimes it was, look at prices like Bored Ape Yacht Club, Azuki, tens of thousands of ringgit.
But right now, how much is it?
Which
Bought it.
Bored Ape is about $25,000. So it's about 100,000 ringgit still. Now.
What?
Yeah, bro.
I thought it was like, we're like fighting it now. It's not.
They
Like,
are still the number one NFTs in the whole
okay,
OpenSea platform.
but why is that so when we all know that like NFT, like unanimously, we all know that NFTs did not become what it was supposed to be. There was so much hype around the metaverse. There was so much hype around like Adidas bought like advertising space in the metaverse. This, that, Snoop Dogg has a mansion, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So like, why is it that Bored Ape still has that pricing now?
It's because I feel, number one, like I said, what is the lowest price someone is willing to sell? A lot of people who own Bored Ape, you could say, are very big. Some of them are wealthy individuals. Some of them are celebrities. Yeah. So a lot of them, they don't really need to sell it to get the money back, number one. It's not like, oh no, it's gone down so much, I'm in a loss, I'm scared, I'm selling it. No. They already bought it, they want to be part of this community. And Bored Ape Yacht Club, I feel the price reduced tremendously because, number one, crypto companies, it's a struggle to survive the bear market. No matter how big you are. Because your reserves go down, your investments go down. You're in a market that is completely down. Everything is bad news. So the real gain you get is when you tough it out and you survive the entire bear market. If you're able to still build, survive and grow, your bull market will be golden. Now, I truly still believe in the Bored Ape Yacht Club because I've seen their other side, Metaverse. It's not there yet, but I feel with more people coming on board to crypto next year, I feel like this could pick up very, very, very fast.
Right.
Yeah, but to the main point is that meme coins. So I bought this DGen, right? DGen meme coin. So why dollar cost average is when I bought the coin, it just dipped, like I said, but I didn't care. I just left it. Now, within 2 days, when I looked at my portfolio of all the coins that I bought, the utility coins and the meme coin did the best. The meme coin did 100% in 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah. I only put in $250. So it did another 100%. All the coins that I was like, wow, AI, DPIN, real world asset.
LHDN.
They all did 10%, 20% max.
Right.
So I feel like meme coins is something you wouldn't want to think of as like, sketchy kind of thing still. Because yes, it was sketchy, but now it's become so big to a point where it's real. Like people have started adopting it to be part of a community.
Yeah.
But of course, like you say, yin and yang, because the bad side to it is that Solana meme coins have started coming up a lot and there's pump and dumps happening every single day. So did you ever hear of this coin last time called Safe Moon?
Yeah,
That was one of the OG meme coins.
Right.
Okay, OG meme
Well,
coin.
how did it even come about? Huh? What's the story behind Safe Moon?
That's the thing. I don't know if there's any story, but it's a meme coin. Like, we don't know who created it.
Okay.
We don't know who owns it. It came up, it became famous, people started promoting it, and it was like, oh, Safe Moon to the moon. You know? So, because of that, everyone hopped on it and made a lot of money. But, as per usual, that Safe Moon is gone now. You don't even hear of it, right? But it was an OG meme coin. And last time it was sketchy, but now it's something you could look at because meme coins could be a really good investment because they are people look for something fun nowadays in the market. Last time people were more serious looking for utilities. I want to invest in technology, that kind of stuff. But I guess over time people have started to become less serious. They have started to put their money into places where they just don't mind just investing and letting go. And a lot of meme coins you can see have even reached $1 billion market cap. That's, It's crazy. It's bigger than so many other projects that are working hard every day to build, bro. Like, that's the thing. I feel like the market is getting saturated. Meme coins are something you need to be careful about. But
look at Squid Game token.
This is Squid Game token?
Bro, there was a huge rug pull. Squid Game coin and Squid Game token. So when Squid Game was at the very height of its hype, right? Somebody came up with a Squid Game token promising like a game. Along with it, it was a token, and so a lot of people started buying into it. Like I had the opportunity to buy into it, I think on Uniswap. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not too sure, right? But I remember I had the opportunity of buying into it, and then I read the white paper. It didn't even promise the game.
Oh.
Like people, they were putting out posts promising the game, but in the white paper they didn't promise the game. So at the very end, there was a $7 million rug pull,
Wow.
right? And it happened within minutes, as per usual. It happened within minutes, and there were so many people that were so sad. And of course, let's not forget what happened to shortly after that was FTX, and then what's that one more token, the Korean one, that guy.
Oh,
The guy that ran away.
Luna.
Luna token,
Yeah, Luna
they had
token.
something to do with APY, right? Interest per year.
Yeah.
And people, like a lot of people put their life savings into it, and as soon as the guy just left, the guy Chow, he ran away. Did he sell it or did he not sell it?
So I'm thinking there's, of course, some of it he sold, but some of it he didn't. Like, you can't entirely exit lah, I guess, with the amount of funds he have. And
Because that was his backing, right?
that was his backing, yeah.
That was his backing. Like that's what he would do, the one-to-one backing with. If I'm not mistaken, that's how he
Yeah.
backed up like everybody who bought into Luna token, and like it really went into the APY per year thing. So a lot of people committed suicide, dude. Like you know
wow.
that, right?
I did not hear that actually.
A lot of people committed suicide like
From
the
here,
day after.
Wow.
Because people put their life savings into it. Why?
Shit.
Like I think the percentages were quite insane. Like how much? Did you know? I think maybe 10-20%.
Yeah.
Something like that. Like, I have no idea. But I know that the interest rates, the returns were extremely high, and people actually put their life savings into it. A lot of people from around the world, bro. A lot of them committed suicide.
Wow.
A huge amount of people did, because that's the life savings one. And the whole thing was just gone. And when it was gone, what is the average Joe supposed to do when he believed
Everything.
everything? Yeah. That's the crazy part lah.
So actually, that's a really good point, because I feel that is the dark side about crypto as well. Like, it's not always sunshines and rainbows. It's not always people making millions. There's the other side to it where people also have lost almost all their money, or all their money, in fact.
Yeah.
So that is why crypto is a market I feel that you can profit so much from it if you're doing it the right way. But if you don't have the knowledge into getting it, you can also lose everything instantly. Someone once told me this line, and that's the easiest thing for me to digest whenever I take a loss in the market. You have to lose money in the market before the market grants you money.
There's one of my friends. His name is Darren Denker. He's from. He's a Malacca boy. He loves to buy shoes. So he taught me something like, if you don't want the shoe to bite you, you must bite the shoe first. Every time he gets a new pair, right, he will take the shoe. He will actually like bite the shoe, so the shoe doesn't bite him back. You know, like when you buy new shoes, like the shoes will hurt. Like it will like quote unquote bite you, right? So that's an interesting thing. Yeah.
At that time, the only way for me to actually get money was that I was working in like Morgan Fields. After SPM, I took a side job in Morgan Fields, which was paying me about 6 ringgit an hour. So it was about 1,000 ringgit a month lah. So that was my first source of income. So I was like, okay, finally, I have been learning. I've got the capital to do it. I'm going to start. Now, like every process, when I start, I put in like 3,000, 4,000 ringgit after saving for many months. Like my whole 4-5 months of me working, I saved up 3K, I put it in. And guess what? Within a week, it was all gone. Like, because when I was trading Forex, like 1-2 wrong trades in gold, for example, and my whole account got liquidated. Everything went on. I'm like, I was just sitting there like, oh my God, did I just work all these months for it to get wiped out that quick? What the hell? But that's the reality of it. Like, that's what I've come to realize. I realized that, number one, you have to be ready to lose. If you're investing, if you're trading, you must be able to bite on that loss.
Yeah.
Because if you cannot digest that pill, then you cannot. This is not the place. Because in investing is different. Investing, please bite the paper loss. That's it. Trading is a whole different ballgame. Trading is being able to bite, accept the loss, go on with it, and have a plan without any emotions to it. But investing, why I have leaned more towards investing now, why I'm starting to build a course, why I'm starting to build a website, why I'm trying to teach people is because investing can be much more calming than trading. trading, you need years, you need experience, you need to learn how to properly trade, because trading fundamentals, technicals, that's honestly anyone can do. What I realized that I had to learn that took years was emotion.
There's a saying that goes like, for you to learn how to play poker, it takes a day, but for you to master it takes years. Yeah.
That's also a game of emotion. You're right.
Yeah.
It's being able to have a clear mind. Now, when you can ask anybody who's a trader, right? It's not an easy thing trading, bro. Like, if people think, wow, okay, I want to be, see this luxurious lifestyle, this trader working at home, just doing, just looking at charts, trading. Bro, trust me, it's so much more than that. If you know someone who's a trader and he's profitable and he's doing it for a living, he has put in hours and hours and years of pain, effort, sweat and tears to it for him to get to where he is.
Right.
It's not a degree that he got. It's not a job that he just got. It's his effort, and he had to train his mind to do it. So that is something I feel if you really want to do, okay, go for it, do it. But what I want to teach people is investing, because investing, why it's the timing of the market. Now, if I'm going to come and teach you this 2 years ago when everything was crashing, everything's down, who is going to be so interested in it? But if I'm telling you, look here, the bull run is 4 years once, 2025 is the next bull run. It's an almost guarantee that the whole market is going up. It has not proven wrong since 2013. In fact, since Bitcoin started, it has been the same thing. So why miss out on the opportunity? Right. I'm not telling crypto is forever. What I'm saying is everybody needs that stepping ground, the starting amount of capital for them to do a business, to start a business. Like, even let's say I want to open a restaurant. That would be a dream. I would love to open a restaurant. But
not a very easy dream.
You're right. Not a very easy dream.
I used to run a restaurant with my dad. It was very taxing. I had to wake up at I was still in high school at the time. I had to wake up at 3:30 a.m. 3:30 a.m. Then after that, go to the restaurant, prepare the fish, prepare the vegetables, prepare the chicken, prepare the mutton, prepare the curries and all of that, and then 6 a.m. is where we open shop and start service, because we were situated in it's around 6:30, 7 o'clock we start service. So it was very, very, very tough. But if you have the passion for it, and if food really is your thing, then it is your thing. But I did that. Definitely not mine. Right? Like F&B is such a crazy
journey,
crazy business to be in, because you could make really crazy money, but you've got to have enough to weather the bad days, because there'll be a lot of bad days, especially during early on when you're trying to figure out what works, what's your best seller, stuff like that. Just a little side quest.
Sorry.
Answer lah, bro. Let me answer. Your mom calling. Let me answer.
My mom calling. Wait, I just quickly tell her this. Ma, I'm in a podcast, ma. I'll call you back.
Ma, smoking shisha.
Okay, bye.
So smoking shisha, auntie. Yeah.
So, like you're saying, the weather, the bad days. Now, that is what every single business should keep in mind. Like, you want to start a business, you need the capital, you need that backing to weather any bad days ahead. And for me, in my vision, crypto is one of the things that is helping me get that stepping stone. To do any tangible business these days, it's not cheap. To start something from scratch is not cheap. You need money to grow money. If not, people are working in a job. You have to work in a full-time job. You have to have a sustainable income. And honestly, that is why I diverted from my part. So I was actually studying finance and economics in INTI as well.
Oh, so fantastic.
Alumni. Right. But after that, I realized that, you know what? Okay, I'm going to try to work in a corporate job. See how it's like, So I worked for British American Tobacco for a while, and I was trying it out. And honestly,
Dunhill.
Pardon?
What?
Marlboro. No, Dunhill.
Dunhill.
Yeah, Dunhill.
Right,
and then there's another one. See, I left the company so long, I forgot the names. There's another funny one, Sugar Rush. Some funny. Lucky Strike.
Lucky Strike.
Oh,
right. That's one of the OGs.
Lucky Strike. So, now I was working that job. I realized that, okay, wow, there's a whole new world here. Like being from a person fresh graduate, you go into a big multinational company, that it's really good. Like, I wouldn't say there's anything wrong. Like, it was amazing in a sense where you have the company caring about your well-being, caring about your mental health. You have days where people bring in massages and people come and massage you for free the whole day for all the stuff. Just for call like mentality week or like your wellness week. And they do have that. They have free gifts almost every now and then. You can work from home 3 days a week. It's amazing. But I realized that it was not for me. Like, when I was doing TikTok before MCO, when I was in uni, it was a natural calling for me, to be able to teach people, to be able to speak in front of a camera, to be able to share what I have and what I've learned. And when I was situated in a desk doing, yes, finance also interrelated with what I'm doing, but it's more towards stuff that just didn't click with me. So if you ask me, would I have gone to uni and did finance, or would I have learned about crypto 7 years back? I would have definitely picked to learn. But that is how I feel everybody has their own journey. We all have different routes that ultimately we will lead and land up to where we are supposed to go. You see, you tried many things, but you found your calling at the end of the day. You know your calling, you found it, and you're good at it. I feel every single person has that 1-2 things that they're naturally born with that is a calling to you. If you listen to it, if you follow it, and sometimes the road may not look as easy. Like, I'm pretty sure before you even took the step forward to leave Inti, to start this full time, you would have thought about it 100 times. Like,
1 billion times, bro.
Am I doing the right thing?
My market cap for thinking. Right. I really was thinking about it, and I'll tell you a really personal story. I've never shared this before, but on the day that I was about to go and quit college, because I was already doing very bad, and it was my first semester, so I didn't want to waste any more money, and my sister also needs to be educated, so I can't be irresponsible. It's my parents' hard-earned money. I cannot be irresponsible. I've already made a decision. My parents just don't want me to take that choice, so I had to take the jump. And on the day where I was about to go to Inti College and quit, my mom sat in the corner of my bed crying. And I just woke up, and I woke up to her crying, saying that she this is the words that she used. As she said, she lost me, and she doesn't know whether I'll be okay in the future. One of the other words is that she said that she failed as a mother, and of course, like a mom. If I was a dad, when I become a dad, and I hear my son telling me like, "Papa, I want to quit college and become a rapper," I would have the same amount of heart attack. I think that would be really funny. That'd be
really
insane karma, bro. But I hope he does well. Whatever it is that he wants to do, I really hope he does well. And I totally understand where my mom was coming from, because I would be so concerned. Whether I would be in tears or not, I'm not too sure, but it would be a family event. Right? It would definitely be a family event if that were to happen. But yeah, so essentially that was one of the most one of the first few pivotal points in my life, where seeing my mom in the corner of a bed crying the way that she did, and she was sobbing. She wasn't just like tears, like no, she was sobbing, and I knew I had to make it. I knew I had to do something. I knew I had to do something that demanded so much from me, and I sacrificed a lot of things. I was never good at keeping girlfriends at that point. I was always just working, and they always thought I was cheating. They thought I had like girlfriends here and there, but my only girlfriend was my laptop and my headphones and my external monitor, because my MacBook screen was cracked. So I had a USB monitor next. So when I sat at Asia Cafe, right, the top deck, so I had my MacBook, then I had my speakers, not my speakers, it's not a karaoke, it was my MacBook, and then my headphones, right, connected to my headphones, and then I had a USB with an external monitor, right, it was about bought it at the time, 400 ringgit, it was 12 inches, so one entire table, right, was taken up just by me, and I had a book on the side as well, so whenever I wanted to take a break from my ears, I just read a book. The funny thing is that I'm skipping college at the time.
Okay.
So I would be there for class, No, I mean, I would be there to pretend like I'm going to class at around 7:30 a.m. and I'll be at Asia Top Deck Cafe all the way up to about maybe 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the afternoon, sometimes 8 o'clock at night. So I'll be producing from like 7 a.m. all the way up to like 8 p.m. at night.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I will head back home.
Wow.
To, I mean, like until 8 o'clock because I would love to leave at 5, but like jam, bro. Like Subang jam is insane. So yeah, that was like one of the things that I will always remember, and I always remember the people that was around me. Like whoever that was walking around that time, like whoever that was my friend, I say, hey, listen to this beat. They listen to it, right? Then we're like, hey, wow, bro, damn nice. But I know it was damn bad. Right? But I mean, I had like quite a lot of people that said it's nice. But at the same time, being the only person in Asia Cafe with my laptop out with like mixing headphones and my external LCD monitor, it looks like that. Looks like I was running a spy mission there, bro. Like, you know, I had like 2 screens and all that stuff and like a book there. Like, I just wanted to do what I wanted to do, and a lot of people call me crazy. My Indian friends call me Paithion, right? Like really, I was crazy and. Man, I had to do what I had to do lah. You know, I really had to do what I had to do because looking and remembering my mom, it doesn't matter what people think of me. Really doesn't matter. I don't care. Like I am now at a point, and back then unknowingly, now at least I consciously know I don't care. But back then, like I was on autopilot, and I knew I didn't care. Like I bet for you, it must have been the same thing. Like for you to just you did finance and economics, and now you're a full-time trader.
Investor trader, yeah.
You're a full-time investor trader, and you teach people like me. You teach me as well, like how to trade and how to like where is the best place for me to put and grow my money, right? I'm sure that had a lot of things that came along with it. A lot of like push and pull, so much of friction, bro. But I mean, that's how you cause fire, friction.
Yeah, you're right. Like, you know, honestly, when I wanted to start TikTok, it was a friend of mine's idea. Like, I didn't think of starting it myself because number one, at that time I was like, yo, TikTok everyone's just dancing on that word. What am I going to do there? Like, it's going to be damn malu if I show my face. And then I had a lot of friends telling me, yeah, you open TikTok account Why you open TikTok lah, bro? Then I was like, ayo, like malu lah. Like, did I do the right thing? So I opened YouTube also. But at one point, even when I was recording video, I would watch it 100 times and be like, my hand not nice. I'm talking a bit weird. Like, bro, imagine I couldn't get myself to post my video because I was so judgy on myself. I was so caring on what people would think. But at one point, I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm not going to care. I'm watching it once to check it. After that, I'm just going to post. Yeah. Whatever people say, whatever people comment, I'm not going to give a shit. And honestly, my tipping point was just that one day when I was staying in SS15, Bubble Tea Street on top. Like it was like this place called Olive House. And bro, it was bad. It was like some guy cooking some chicken curry at 3 a.m. in the morning outside my room. That would smell like don't know what monster coming out. Anyhow, that was the place that I was stuck at doing my videos. Right. It was a small tiny room. I had no aesthetic. I was young, but that was all I had. I had that small tiny room. I had to make do with it. But the irony was, I never expected, but that one day when I posted a video about like Binance having interest rates for crypto, where you can stake your crypto and actually earn interest, that video went viral. Like the next day, a few hours later, I checked my phone and it's just buzzing, ting, ting, ting. I checked my account. It's like, shit, 10k views. It's like, okay, yeah, I should be fine. I check it later, it's like 50k already, 100k already. I was like, wow, I didn't expect it. So when I was doing it with expectation, when I was posting every day, hoping, oh please Lord, this video is the one, and then nothing happens. This video is the one, this video is confirmed, this one will blow up. Nothing happens. But the video where I recorded at 10 o'clock at night with my almost gonna sleep baju, just record and I posted it, and I slept, the one I let it go, it happened. So that was honestly a big tipping point for me. And when that happened, it opened up a lot of opportunity for me to realize that, wow, I thought a lot of people in Malaysia are already well versed in crypto. Like, to a certain level, you all know what crypto is really. Everyone knows. But I also realized a lot of people actually wanting to learn it so badly, they just don't know where to start. They just don't know where to go. They just don't know what to do. And that has been my main motivation. That has been my motivation because when I look at my mom and my dad, my grandfather, I made my whole family invest in crypto the last bull run. And everyone made money. Like my grandfather, he just closed eyes, bought one coin. He just bought Litecoin and he made 15,000.
What? Huh? How?
Because I bought 10,000 or 15,000 worth of Litecoin at the start. It went up 100% and we sold it and he made another 10, 15,000. And
Wow.
Luno, yeah. And then my uncle,
on Luno?
yeah, because I didn't want my grandfather to look at Bybit and all and get
Right.
so complicated.
Right.
But
Grandpa balling.
grandpa got it lah. So I realized that wow, see my uncle, everyone, the older generation, just the generation before us, a lot of them, they want to grow their money. They just don't know how because it's so complex that I feel like maybe us being the younger generation, technology, all these things have become a bit more easier for us. Venturing, trying to find out, digging up, using the internet to its fullest capabilities. I feel like we are the generation that's doing it better than the previous generation. But there are still a lot of things that the older generation want to do but they don't know. So that is where I'm introducing the Crypto Essentials course. So I have been working this past few months, ever since I left my corporate job. I took a step of it. I decided to do content creation, to do this full time. And I have been working on a website, on a course, on school to teach people this. So it's a one-time thing, but once they join the community, we will have bi-weekly Zoom calls to teach you. Because you can't just watch a video and after that instantly understand it. You have
What makes yours? What makes your school different?
Okay, what makes it different is that I feel a lot of people who are teaching crypto, everyone has their own ways. What I'm going to focus on is it's a one-stop center for everything you need to know. Now, you want to learn about how to do it. It's about getting you to a level where you don't need to ask someone, bro, what to buy, bro, what to do,
Right.
bro, what to do this. You don't want to do that. You need to be self-independent enough to, you don't need to be a crypto wizard. I'm not going to teach you how to be the best trader in the world. No, I'm not promising any of that. What I'm promising you is that in that course, you have all the knowledge you need to invest, to understand, and to cash out from the crypto market by next year.
You see, like for me, one thing I wish is that I had you by my side 24/7 when it comes to like trading on crypto. The reason why is because I very much so trust you, and you have seen the mistakes that I've made, like when it comes to trading. And I am quite an erratic person. I'm very, very how do I say?
Impulsive.
No, I see that one opportunity that I'm like, I can take the chance because I can afford to, because it's cash to burn, right?
Correct.
So I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna take the chance because I see like the outcome would further outweigh me not taking that chance, right? But if I had you on call 24/7, right, I would definitely know what to do and how to get that, but in a better way, a smarter way, right? And that's what you're an expert at. And I'm the type of person that I like to leave it up to the experts to help me sort it out. I want to surround myself with the team that's smarter than me. That's my ultimate goal. I do not want to be the smartest person in the room. I want to have a team that is so much more smarter and so much more better than me at so many other things. And that's how I myself can grow. So yeah, man, let me know. I don't want a discount. I want to pay full price, and like I would love to join. I really want to learn, because right now, like what you mentioned across this entire podcast, is that you have said that right now is the best time to buy. There's panic. There's a lot of fear in the market. Uncertainty, right? So now is the best time to buy. I don't know exactly what to buy because I'm out of the market for so long, right? So yeah, bro, I'm looking forward. What's the website called?
So the website will be released on the
Fireworks or without fireworks?
With fireworks, we'll bring in the heat, everything.
Right.
So
okay.
This is going to be, because I've been wanting to do this way back from 2021. Like when I started 2021, I had people come to me and be like, bro, can we just learn from you? So I remember the most craziest experience I had was two at least elderly Punjabi uncles coming to me, texting me, and they look like they're in their 50s. They're like, boy, can I learn? And I was like, so at that time I was doing classes. So I taught them in McDonald's SS15. Okay, these two men came. 2 hours I taught them everything I knew. Now, it was, maybe I was only charging around like 250, 300 ringgit at a time. For like 2 hours, these two people came. I teach them all the fundamentals they need to know, basics that they need to know. But what gave me the joy was, after that, that uncle had a glimmer in his eyes that he has understood crypto much more than he came there.
Right.
Like, at the start, it was just, he bought because he watching videos, he bought.
Yeah.
But now, when he's buying, he knows what he's doing. Now, I'm really hoping, uncle, if you are seeing this video, please comment and let me know how you're doing and if the classes worked for you. But yeah, I feel that was where it started. But I never had the time, the energy to put into working into a course, working into a website, because running a crypto channel by itself is not easy. Content you have to make. You have to make sure there's ready available content to help people organize activities, all these things.
So many jobs to do.
Yeah, there's so many. It's like, it's a 24-hour job, honestly. So now when I finally left the corporate world, I have put my heart and soul into making sure this is what people need right before the 2025 bull run. Like, the timing of me releasing this is also because of it. Because I didn't want to release it too early when, yes, it's lower in price, but people are not going to understand the urgency. People are not going to see the potential. Like, if I told about Bitcoin before the ETFs came up, people are still going to be like, But now, did you look at Bitcoin? It's all because of the ETFs that have been coming into play. Institutional money coming into crypto is going to be a big player next year.
Explain to me what ETF is.
Okay, ETF is called Exchange Traded Funds. Now, you can think of it as like investment bankers, okay? They help elite people, big people invest their money into multiple assets, correct? US Treasury bonds, you have stock markets and all these things. But cryptocurrency was not something regulated and legal for them to use people's funds and invest into. The SEC didn't provide that yet.
Yeah.
So that was why they created the ETFs. So the ETFs is like, you can say like a middle person, okay? People can choose to invest in cryptocurrency, in the crypto market, but through an ETF. So for example, a fund manager, he owns the Bitcoins, he owns the Ethereum. But people invest through the ETF, which gives them a share of his holdings.
Right.
So when this appreciates, their investment appreciates as well. Now, if you look at like the data on how much inflows have come into the year for crypto through institutional money, it's crazy, bro. Like, I feel what the world needed, what Bitcoin needed to go to the next level was this, and we've gotten it. This was what we needed. The previous bull run, there was almost no real institutional investment. The biggest were like, you can say MicroStrategy.
When you say institutions, you're talking about MicroStrategy.
MicroStrategy. The Tesla also bought it for a while, but they sold it off. But that was Michael Saylor was one of the OGs doing it. Like, before everybody was doing it, he was doing it because he had control. Now, when ETFs have been approved, so many funds have been started. So many different investment banks have started providing. BlackRock, a lot of others. Yeah, so they have been providing that. That is why I feel that what's happening right now, right, is all these institutional people are buying, holding. When it's crashing, it's holding. Now, next year, when the price starts to pump up, that's when retail investors, everyday people will start to hear, wow, shoot, what's going on? By that time, these things will be so high that you are investing in a time where you are giving the money to them. You are the people that's going to give them the profits. Because who is going to buy their Bitcoin? They are going to profit by selling it to the people who hear about Bitcoin at the top of the cycle or at the ending of the cycle. Right. When everyone's getting out, they are getting in. Because, I didn't hear about it, but now Bitcoin's at like 150,000, 200,000. Now I'm hearing about it. So now I'm getting into it. But that's too late. Because your money is just going to all the people who have been buying it from last year, from the year before that, holding it, waiting for the time. And the time is next year. Now, I feel whoever has the opportunity or the gift to hear about cryptocurrency this year is blessed. Because I can feel it from the bottom of my heart that there's no way the crypto market is going to crash right now and go to zero. And next year is going to be a golden year for cryptocurrency. Because you wouldn't want to miss out on the wave. The
And
wave.
This is not financial advice.
Yes, this is not financial advice.
Right.
Please do not take this to the T and put all your money into investment and crypto. Please do not. This is just words of wisdom that you can absorb a bit if you would like.
Yeah, it's you see, this is exactly what I wish I knew. And the fact that you're starting your course, right? At least I know that I will have that access. I know that I will have this information. How do you plan to keep busy people updated, like working class adults updated?
So the course. So this is how it's going to work. So you have your basics. So you have what I'm going to teach is like the fundamentals with cryptocurrency, technicals, your risk management. And aside from all that you learn, you also get like bi-weekly Zoom calls, like I said, and also newsletters. So maybe busy people, adults, you don't have the time to like keep up every single day or week. So that is why this bi-weekly or weekly newsletter will summarize at least everything that goes on in the fundamental point of view, the technical point of view, and what coins am I buying and what am I looking to buy.
Okay, is it a tier subscription or like is it a one-time fee? What is it?
So how it's going to work is that it's on this website called School, right? So the price is going to be, should I keep it a secret or should I just release it? Now wait. So this is how it's going to be like. So there is.
Want to choose if I win, you release it. If you win, you keep.
So what? Bird, water, stone, or what? Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot lah.
Right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. It's a secret lah.
So
lost lah.
I win lah.
Yeah, you win lah. So you win what? I tell you. Okay, I tell you lah. Okay, fine. So,
okay lah, best of the three lah. That's fine. Yeah, right. Yeah, since you're so unhappy.
Okay.
Right, so unhappy. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Wait, okay, no, follow my style. 1, 2, juice.
Okay.
That's the OG.
1, 2, juice.
Water, paper, scissors. I don't know what is that, bro.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
No, I do 1, 2, juice.
1, 2, juice.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
It's a 1, 2, juice. 1, 2, juice. Okay, so I am 2 up.
Okay.
1, 2, juice. 3. Okay, what's the price?
Okay, fine. So how the pricing is going to work is it's going to be a one-time payment of $75 for the whole course, for everything inside. And how school works is that monthly, so you just pay 75 and the entire videos, the teaching, the one pages, the guides, everything comes with. The monthly and the weekly newsletters, the calls and the community. What I was thinking is that I have been providing free value all the time. Like my Telegram group has always been there. But I realized people need to put in their own money for them to take it seriously. For them to think that this knowledge I'm getting is valuable. So I'm not going to charge a lot. It's only $5 a month. And it's just for you to be in the group and for you to constantly get these updates, get your newsletter, get the community. So it's only going to be $5. And I don't want to charge, $5 a month. That's it.
Dollars like
USD lah. So it's like 25 ringgit, 24 ringgit lah.
Right. Okay. That's
yeah,
not too
so it's
bad.
24 ringgit a month. And I can promise you
that's like Netflix.
That's like Netflix. So I didn't want to charge people so much. Like the initial cost, the one-time cost is just for the cost, for the pages, for the community, for everything. Yeah. But to stay in it is just going to be $5 a month.
So the initial is how much again?
$75.
75 USD, and then after that is $5 USD onwards. All right, cool.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people could charge like thousands for this, but at the end of the day, it's knowledge that can make you thousands, but I also want to target people who really want to learn and don't have thousands yet.
I will definitely be one of the signups. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, I really hope so too. I feel like what I want to build here is the community of people.
Yeah.
Like that is the most important because yes, learning is one thing, learning from each other is another. Like I am not God. In a sense, like yes, I've spent a lot of time, a lot of effort learning, honing the skill. But there's a lot of people out there who may not even be an influencer, but may have different knowledge than I do, knowledge that I probably don't have. And that is what I'm looking for in my community. Like I want to have people on board. I want to have people who have different knowledge. You have expertise about DeFi, you have expertise about NFTs, you have expertise about trading. I would love to have you in the community because it's a community to grow together. We can help each other out. And who knows, if your knowledge is good enough, you might just be sitting here next. Like we could even have a podcast, and that is how I feel like the crypto community in Malaysia is very underrated. It's still very small. It's still underrated, and we can grow together from here. And this could be the start of something big.
I agree. That's why I'm pretty interested to come on board, like wholeheartedly. I'm saying and letting you know, because I could just use my 75 USD to go out for dinner. But I really do believe in you, and I love what you do, and you have helped me out so many times, and you have actually guided me towards like really making some serious bank, right? In Monopoly money, Mr. LHDN, right? But yeah, you've really helped me out a lot, and I super appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Right, and it's so cool to see you start your own school, because that's like, once again, that's what I'm saying. Like, I really wish I had you 24/7, and I had like your commitment of your time, because I know your time is very valuable. You're busy building your content, but now that you're starting up the school, I am gonna be hopefully your first student now, bro.
Alright.
Yeah. Alright, cool. That's my word to you.
Okay, I
sweet.
will. So guys,
Cool.
you guys already know. So
Right.
first student of my community is already here lah. So it's
That's me.
Mr. Kidd Santhe right here.
Yep.
Okay, Anak Sharukan is already a community of DollarMakers.
Use my code below for discount.
Hashtag Kidd Santhe.
Tak ada discount.
This podcast, what it's all about, it's about showing people that no matter who we are, we all have our ups and downs. We all have what we're trying to strive towards.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like you said, you can resonate with what we're doing. You can resonate with what we're trying to achieve. We're all trying to achieve the same thing: freedom. We're trying to achieve success. We're trying to achieve something in our lives, and for that, that's what this podcast is for. As you can see, Kidd Santhe right here, even him, he is not mainly in the crypto field, but it's good to see more people coming out and understanding about crypto, being open to it, and also sharing their experience with it. So, thank you so much, bro, for your time. I really appreciate it.
I
Hope
appreciate
to see
it.
you soon.
I came here today only just to show the entire world that you absolutely suck at 1-2 juice. Right, and I absolutely am the king.
3-0 lah, damn
right,
son.
3-0, bro.
That's
You
damn
look like Manchester United right now.
Lucky.
Love you, bro. Appreciate it. All the best for your school. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Right, guys. Take care. Make sure you follow him. Subscribe. Do what you need to do, man. He's the GOAT. Yeah.
Alright, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Everything Dollar Making out.
Salute.